Coach, welcome back. You survived Shep's Lounge or Chateau de Shep, whatever.
Yeah.
That was fun. Need more food. Chef's Lounge. Well, that was fun.
The
Now-
food's pretty good today. Like, a few years ago, BYU decided they'd crank it up with signing it. It's always been good, but now it's like this huge celebration. We had the band in there. We had Cosmo cheerleaders. It was incredible.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, good music, so just want to thank everybody that put that together. I know there's a lot of people that worked hard to put the whole day together, and there's a lot more people that helped in recruiting. So just really excited to be up here at BYU and to show the guys that what we're made of. And I think being around BYUtv and Sports Nation is a big part of this day and a big part of athletics. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Glad to
Chef's
do it.
Lounge included.
Shep's
And
Lounge.
Shep-
Shout out to
Chateau
Shep's
de
Lounge.
Shep.
In a lot of ways, this is organized chaos, which really translates to football, right? It's chaotic, but you want to be on the same page. Now with early signing period in December and obviously this day, the first Wednesday in February, you're transitioning to new offensive staff. You've had to deal with a lot of stuff. So, I mean, how are you feeling about how the class came together?
Well, I feel great, and just really thankful for the coaches working hard, current and former coaches that worked hard to bring these young men to the program, and so just really excited. I think just a lot of these young men come from great families and have different backgrounds, and they fit BYU perfectly, and I think that they'll show on the field, but more than anything, it'll show in the academics and off the field as well.
How did last season affect this recruiting class, for better or worse, this season? Because there can be some positives that you could take out of that, and there might be a challenge. I don't know. How did it affect it, if at all?
I don't know if it affected that much. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that know what BYU's about, and regardless of what the season's going to be like, I don't think that's a huge indicator of what the success in recruiting is going to be. I mean, a lot of guys, we recruit earlier, and so there's a lot of these young men that were on our radar from the very beginning. And so I think they stuck with it, and a lot of these guys have just been true to BYU from the very beginning. So I appreciate them. There's a lot of guys out there as well that are future recruits that are committed to be here as well. And I really have to thank the fans though for being involved in recruiting. I think a couple years ago when I got the job, I asked them to help us out in recruiting, and they've done it a lot this year. So we had a lot of member referrals, and it's been really good for us. It's been a positive move.
So if someone wants to make you aware
Mm-hmm.
of something, how do they do that?
They can contact us and email us, or there's so many people, whether it's coaches or support staff, or our recruiting coordinator, Tivito Fangawe, that they can get a hold of us, and a lot of people have. And I wish we had more scholarships. There's only 25 that we can use, and if we had more, we could have filled the roster with a lot more with the referrals that we got from our members. And there's people that weren't really involved with BYU to begin with, and then I think that once they got to know more about BYU and got to meet the faculty and staff here on campus and meet the students, and our fans are really connected, with recruiting and with our athletics. And so I think that changed things for them and allowed them to become BYU Cougars.
A consistent theme I'm noticing with all of the recruits this year specifically, and I don't know if you put an emphasis on that or not, but I keep hearing guys say, I wanted to be at BYU. I didn't care about a 4-9 season. I don't care about offensive staff changes. Like, they seem like they are all in from their heart on BYU. And again, every player that I've talked to has said something to that effect.
Well, and I think that's what the great attraction to BYU is, that it's a great school, regardless of who the head coach is even. I think that this is a great place for young people to educate themselves, and then to enjoy the social aspect of it and be around people that are very like themselves. And I think it's a great place to be when you're making a transition from a young person into adulthood, and speaking from experience, so some people think I'm still a little immature, and Spencer has a lot to grow from there, but
Yeah.
I think BYU in itself is a great place, and there's a lot of people that understand that, and there's more to offer than just football. And I think when we bring our guys on campus, we want them to feel connected to BYU more than just a connection to a coach.
This is your third signing day. How is this one different from the first two?
Well, I'm excited with this one because we're getting our return missionaries back this summer, and so, I guess the three signing days ago, it's just kind of one where you're excited about these guys, but then you have to wait for 2 years still for all of them to get back, and but they're going to help us out, and I'm really excited about the guys coming home from missions and that were there for the first signing day. But I want to be excited for these guys to serve and their commitment to serve the Lord, and so I'm excited for them to come back in 2 years. But in the meantime, I think we're going to get things rolling with guys leaving and coming, and guys that are staying. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, Jeff Grimes earlier compared it to putting gallons of milk in extra fridges.
That he has a second fridge. He's always got milk in there. So that's like the return missionaries. You just, when you run out of the current guys, you go
Exactly. And food analogies work really well for me, so I can connect with that.
It was calculated, Coach. It was calculated.
Was there a specific emphasis on a certain type of guy or positions that you needed to fill in this class?
Yeah, there's always different places that you need to fill with depth, but I also believe there's a good portion where you just need to bring the best, regardless of position, and you can take from other positions if you can help the team win, and that's the goal. After last season, obviously we want to win this fall, and we made a huge effort doing that, knowing that there are guys that are still coming home. There are also guys on this team that redshirted that I think are going to be really big time for us, and guys that whether they got home late from their mission or transferred over, they're going to have a huge impact on the field. And so it's now we're kind of in a moment where we're signing guys, and guys are going to come this fall. But then there's also return missionaries that we are really familiar with, that we can work with, and then there's also guys that are that have redshirted that are anxious to get on the field.
It certainly is a unique position you hold, trying to balance all of that. I know that people are really excited about, hey, who's going to make an immediate impact coming out of high school? Have you pinpointed a number, or how many guys do you expect to make an immediate impact coming right from that high school level this year?
Well, that's the fun part about competition, is that it's up to them. We'll play the best, and we're committed to that, and the freshmen know that. I think we've proven in the past that if you're a freshman and you're better than a senior, then you'll start. That's just how it works. I think that's the easiest way to deal with competition, that whoever wins the spot should be the guy on the field. And what would be nice if you have a bunch of starters, and then you have to figure out where to put the best 11 on the field. That's what we're trying to get to right now, and competition will breed success.
The most visible of the competitive positions will be quarterback. Is that something that you want to figure out in terms of the starter in spring, or do you think that will bleed into fall camp?
Well, I think it could be a little both. We're getting Jaron Hall back from his mission in a couple months, and so. But going into it, we have a lot of these young men that are brand new, like Stacy Connor and Zach Wilson, that should get some reps, and Beto Romney. Those guys are going to be. We haven't seen them on the field yet, and so I think spring's a good opportunity for them to get reps, and significant reps, and be able to compete. And then we have some guys that are, Tanner's overcoming his injury, and we've got to keep working and see how Bo is progressing, and obviously we have Joe Critchlow still there, so. There's a lot of quarterbacks. I'd rather have a bunch. Yeah, I know. There's a lot, but I'd rather have a bunch than none. So,
when Steve Young was here, he said he was 8th-string quarterback, and I was like, there were 8 quarterbacks. You have like 8 or 9 quarterbacks now.
Yeah. So maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know.
Hey, it's
8th string. You're not out of it.
You have plenty of milk in the fridge. Okay.
So we should tell the 8th stringer that you have a chance still to be Steve Young, the next Steve Young.
Absolutely.
And if you get moved to play safety, resist.
Well, no, not always. I mean, you got to. Yeah, we might need some safeties. We'll see.
You could be Steve Young in the secondary. Yeah.
Correction. No, correct. I should say correct. You could do that. AJ Stewart is the newest coach to join your staff as the running backs guy. Why do you feel like you needed him to coach that group specifically?
Oh, he had a lot of great referrals to us, of coaches that are established, and he had really good experience being a coach. The 4 years that he was the running backs coach at Rice, and then being at a higher institution of education, I think it's been important where they have to recruit kind of to what we do here at BYU, and most of all, his coaching and his teaching, he's just got a lot of passion and a lot of energy, and I believe that position needs it. And Coach Grimes had the majority part in putting together his staff, and my part is just to confirm what he felt. And I appreciate Coach Grimes and the coaching staff being able to work together. And we interviewed a bunch of people, and they were really good candidates, and we just felt like this was going to be the best fit for Coach Grimes and his offensive staff.
During the season, you were pretty vocal about wanting certain characteristics and attributes from the offense. So how much with this new offense have you weighed in on kind of what you're hoping to see while still letting Jeff Grimes do his thing?
Well, I think they know my expectations, and they're really not that much different from the expectations of our fans and our players. And so, I know that the experience that they have, they can put it together, and they've been working extremely hard since they've been together, and been here on campus. And I've been really impressed with the stuff that they're working on, and just really detailed, and just really good things. I'm excited for them to get working, and I really appreciate the former staff and those coaches that were here. They worked hard for us, and I love them. And there's nothing personal. Those are my guys and my friends, and this is just a different set. And I believe in letting Coach Grimes do his thing, and get his offense established.
Corbin Kafusi recently told us he can sense a tangible culture shift within BYU football. How do you rate the shift of the culture as it's been happening since the end of the season to this point?
Well, I think everything's been building, so I don't know if it's like a huge major adjustment, rather than this is kind of what we've been working towards. And obviously we never thought a 4-9 season would be in the mix. But as we're moving towards it, and our players are putting this together, I think you're seeing guys step up and become leaders like Corbin, and probably take the initiative. I think the tough part about going 4-9 is that it's not really an exciting part of what we did, but the response has been awesome for our players, and just the urgency to get things better, and that it sparked a lot of our guys stepping up that normally wouldn't. I would say Corbin's one of them, that have always been kind of in the shadows a little bit. Now he's stepping up to the front. And I think we need him and his leadership, and same with the other players. We need them to step up and make this team their own. Coach,
you survived a big interview on a big day. We congratulate you, and like I've told the other coaches, I hope whatever relaxation time you get, you fully enjoy after so much hard work over the past few months.
Hey, there's nothing stressful about it. We're having fun and enjoying being part of BYU, so thank you.
Have you seen the food out there? He ain't stressed, man.
Good point.
Good.
Yeah.
Touche.
Just need some snow.
You want the snow?
Yeah.
You're a snow guy?
I mean,
you've talked about this.
I'm not a snow person.
Yeah.
I've never sledding's not my favorite thing, because I've never been so hot and cold at the same time.